What is up, guys? My name is Wenster. Welcome back to The Average Fighter. I know it has been some time since I've last done any type of video, but honestly, the video that we're about to do today, these are the types of videos that always draw me back, that always give me the creative feel. When I get to share my opinions on things and when I get to hear your guys' opinions on the same matter. But as you can read from the title, guys, you know what it is. You know we're going to be discussing something heavy. How much longer does Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite have? Now, I want to knock any kind of confusion out the door. I want to explain what I meant by how much time Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite has left. What I mean by that, how much time does it have to remain competitive as much as it is right now? Now, the way I wanted to start today's discussion, I wanted to talk about the bad, and then I wanted to talk about the good. Give me the bad news first, and then cheer me up with that good news. There are three main points that I think hurt MVCI the most. And you guys heard it and heard it and heard it before, even on this channel. You've seen it on Facebook, you've seen it on Twitter, you've seen memes about it. The big three are the visuals, no support, and it isn't a popular game by any means. I definitely wanted to jump into each one of those and just discuss about it a little bit. So first and foremost, of course, the visuals. Now, I could definitely agree that the visuals for MVCI are not by any means pleasant. It's sad to say that this engine that MVCI runs on is the exact same engine that Tekken 7 runs on. And I've seen Tekken 7. Tekken 7 looks nice, it looks crisp, it looks very, very smooth. One of my things that I don't like about it too much, it's a little bit glossy, but I'd rather have that than what we have from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Up next, of course, I could definitely agree, there is no support whatsoever for the game from the devs. The last time we got an update, I think it was in like December or January of like 2017, and that was it. We didn't get anything else. Where you compare it to other big names, Mortal Kombat 11, Street Fighter 5, DBFZ, all these games are coming out and they look amazing. There's a lot of promos for the game. They get a lot of support, they get updates, they get patches, where Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite didn't get anything. Now the next big one, it isn't a popular game by any means. And what I mean by that is if you compare it to other games, I'm just gonna throw a couple games out there. DBFZ, you know, you got Goichi, you got Sonic Fox, you have all these big names. They're not only top players in their specific game, but they bring attention to those games. Whereas Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the biggest name that it got, and at the time it was a pretty big deal, was Sonic Fox. When he was running crazy, you got Cloud, you got Champ, but all those top popular players, when they drop the game, they kind of drop a lot of popularity off from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. With the things that we've discussed, with the no support and the disgraceful visuals, losing the top players and losing that popularity that it has can only take it so far. Those are the three big points that I think hurt the most. Now that we've discussed the bad and it's out there, I definitely wanted to talk about the highlights when it comes to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and its community. Now, one of the main highlights that I really wanted to discuss with you guys is the Marvel vs. Capcom community. I know plenty of you guys have been to events when you're not with your friends and you're done with your pool. You don't know exactly what to do. Do you sit around and just play casuals? Do you wander? Do you talk to your people? I understand not being a very open person, it's hard to talk to people. But being a part of the Marvel vs. Capcom community, I really never felt alone. I always feel, obviously, that I have someone to play with. I have someone to discuss the game mechanics. I have someone to discuss my matches with. And even then, I just have someone to talk to. And I think the hospitality will always outshine everything with the Marvel vs. Capcom community. Considering that they understand that the predicament that they're in isn't a great one. But adding to that, anytime I've ever seen a newer player want to understand how to play the game, understand how to play a character, understand the matchup, I've always seen the community come together and, hey, you want to learn how to play against this character? Here's a link. You want to learn how to play a character? Watch this player, or here's a link. You want to find locals? Well, here you go. There's some near you. And I've never seen a community like that before. I've never seen it always come together. But of course, it's not always great. At the end of the day, we're Marvel players. So by nature, we are hood. Now, I don't speak on everyone's behalf, but I definitely think that a lot of us are hoodlums at the end of the day. We definitely have moments such as Knives versus Tyson, because you know when those two play, there's always going to be a pop-up of some sort. Maybe not on Knives' end, but for sure on Tyson. But nevertheless, I've always enjoyed how welcoming the community is. And it even extends beyond the USA. I've seen players in New Zealand where we reach out to them or vice versa, and they want to be included in the fate of two worlds. If that isn't hospitality and openness by a community, I don't know what is. Now, aside from being a very welcoming community, something that always inspired me and has always catched my attention is how competitive Marvel players can be. MVCI is no different from any other Marvel game. There's huge egos on the line. There's huge competitiveness, and that's why, in honesty, I'm a Marvel player, because I love the ego, I love the drive, I love that shit. I love it when people are talking shit. I love it when the crowd gets into it. I love that. But that always pushed the Marvel community to continue to play. Even understanding the predicament that we're in right now that I've mentioned earlier, there's only so many players that we could play. So what did we do? We adapted. There's a handful of players that made a circuit, Fate of Two Worlds, for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and it was a circuit that not only those players thought what was best for the community, but the community also got behind it and started pushing it. So this is definitely something by the community, for the community. It is going to meet its conclusion at Combo Breaker this year. There's a whole bracket that's going to have the 16 best players with the most points from each major event that was included in this circuit. And honestly, I can't wait until we get to CB so I can hopefully be part of that. If you guys are looking for seeing the highest level for MVCI, make sure that you guys watch Combo Breaker, or even better, you guys go to Combo Breaker. But I definitely think that that's the step in the right direction, and I want to see it grow and continue to be what it is, for the community, by the community. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Wenster, why exactly did you bring up all those points? We already know everything. Like, bro, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Ultimately, my goal was to put everything into perspective. We know what happened with the bad, and we know what's happening with the good. But my point is, how much longer does Marvel vs. Capcom have? I think the three big points that we discussed about in the beginning on what exactly is hurting it, in my personal opinion, I think the damage is done. Everyone knows how ugly it is. Everyone knows it's not popular, and everyone knows that there's not any support, and more than likely not going to be any support. Who knows? I hope there's going to be support for it one day. But I think nothing more could come from that. The damage is done. Everyone and anyone that plays any kind of fighting games knows what happened with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Now, as far as the good, I think that's where it lacks for everyone. And what I mean by that is, not everyone knows what's going on with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the reason why the community continues to play this game. And I definitely think that it helps it and it moves it forward. With Fate of Two Worlds, how nice the community is and how open it is and how creative it is only going to make the game's lifespan that much longer. Now, I sit and ask myself, how much more time does Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? And to be honest with you guys, that's an even hard question for me, because everything that's going good for it is great. We need that. What game wouldn't want that? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't have the answer to that. I can't sit here and really put everything into perspective and try to understand, well, this game has X amount of years left. I really can't, because I enjoy the game for what it is, and I understand the problems that it has. And knowing that is the step in the right direction. And I think that no game will ever be really a dead game. If you look at it, people still play fighting games like Sailor Moon that are, I don't know how many years old, but people still play that and it still gets streamed and people are still competitive with it. If games like those that come on the Super Nintendo or whatever fucking gaming system that it's on could still thrive in today's community and be something, then why can't Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Why can't it live as long as Sailor Moon or those other games have? That's the answer to today's question. This game is really never going to be dead, or any fighting game for that matter. I definitely see this game continuing and expanding. How much time does Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite have left? Do you guys agree with my points? Do you agree with my opinion? Let me know in the comments section below, guys, if you will. I really would appreciate that. But you already know what it is, guys. This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for always supporting me. Thank you so much for being part of this community and being part of this. If you guys don't do it already, you know the motherfucking drill. Make sure that you mash that subscribe button. Check out all my social media, my Twitch, my Twitter, my Snapchat. Check it all out down below. I'm gonna leave the link so you guys can go follow me, subscribe, do all that good shit. But until then, my name is Wenster. This is The Average Fighter, and I will check you guys out later.